the Pittsburgh Steelers and Steph Curry at football. LeVeon Bell failed to reach.
It's an interesting analogy.
He said it.
Did he?
He said, "I'm the Steph Curry at football."
I didn't hear that.
Really? That was a big thing going around during the playoffs last year.
It's an inch. I must have missed it.
Anyway, they failed to reach a long-term deal, so Bell gets slapped with the tag.
Mm-hmm.
The tag is so stupid, by the way.
I like the tag.
Really? That's stupid.
Forces a player to stay in one spot. Regulation. That's what makes sports great.
Right. You hate mobility.
Right.
What's interesting about this is about the way Bell is talking about how he feels undervalued and how running backs in general are undervalued. How valid are his comments here?
I feel like in most cases, running backs are undervalued.
I think so.
A great running back, a prolific running back can change football, can change a football game, can change, the way, opposing coaches sit up at night and watch tape and freak out about a running back,
So,
but what I'm saying is, I feel like, fine.
Would you rather have an offensive lineman or a left tackle that was this much above a replacement player, or a running back that was this much above a replacement player?
Offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. No, I was taking a while to get to the point. I'm glad you got there quickly for me. But yeah, I totally would take an offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the belief that football games are won and lost at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And that every team's first priority should be offensive line, then you go defensive line, then you go specialist positions on either side of the ball. Get the best players you can. But
yeah, I would go
line,
defensive line, offensive line, secondary.
Okay, that's very
That's where
fair.
I would go.
Yeah. Because with the offensive line, if you assemble the best offensive line in the league, very frequently we see the best offense in the league goes with that. Or definitely the best running game.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it from Dallas.
Yes,
Darren McFadden rushed for 1,300 yards behind the Dallas O-line. Like Darren McFadden. Now, is he a top running back in the league?
Not this
No,
league.
but he rushed for more yards that season than I think everyone but like two other players or one other player. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So offensive line is where it's at. I understand
So
that
running
Le'Veon
backs
Bell,
really aren't that undervalued.
I feel like Le'Veon Bell understands why he's not understands. I understand why Le'Veon Bell feels undervalued, especially because in Le'Veon Bell's case, I feel like he would succeed maybe regardless of where he is. I feel like he's that much of a talent. Actually, flip side,
Because
his running style is so unique
style-
that maybe you need a good offensive line for it to work.
seems like you need maybe not traditional blocking schemes, but you need blockers.
You
Right?
know what?
He's not the kind of explosive dude that's going to run through.
Yeah,
Through
I necessarily
tackles.
retract that statement. Le'Veon Bell needs a good offensive line to work.
And when he has one, it's incredible.
When he
to
has
watch.
one, he's deadly.
Yeah.
When he has one, he baffles teams by doing stuff that no one else has done.
But he's not like a Barry Sanders where you can get him the ball
And he'll just go.
outside 1-on-3 with a few linebackers and you expect him to win it.
He'll just win it.
Right? That's not him.
That's not what he does. He stands in the middle of his tackles for as long as possible. For as long as humanly possible. And you think he's going to get tackled behind the line. And then he tricks you.
Yeah.
He hits you with the spin, he hits you with the juke, and he breaks it for, like a 10-yard, 15-yard gain.
So is he undervalued?
Is he
By
undervalued?
the Steelers here.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what they gave him.
I'm
but
not sure what they were offering him.
Yeah,
I don't think those numbers ever came out.
they didn't.
I think it's very possible that he feels more undervalued than he actually is. The Steelers would have to be offering him such a ridiculous amount of money for him to be undervalued.
Right.
I think the Steelers know how important he is.
Uh-huh.
I think every fan watching knows how important he is.
Yeah.
He's a critical piece of that offense. I think part of the Steelers, thought process might be we only need him for a year. And what I mean by that is I think this is a year for the Steelers to make a championship push.
Interesting.
Their offense is going to be the best offense in the league. Ben
If they're
Roethlisberger,
healthy.
if they're healthy. Ben Roethlisberger, he's getting older. This could be his last season. Last year might have been his last season. People were talking about it then. Could be his last season now. But he's still playing very well. And he has all the weapons in the world around him. His wide receiving core is incredible.
Yeah.
And then, Martavis Bryant, who's the second wide receiver on that team, could be a first wide receiver on other teams. He could be. Now, if he keeps smoking the devil's lettuce, he's not going to get to play the game.
Whatever. He should be allowed to anyway.
Yeah, I
But
think so.
that's a legal thing. The NFL doesn't have any discretion over that.
I don't know. And also, the way they deal out punishments in the NFL is a whole other conversation.
Yeah, let's not do that right now
You
because
get
that could take an hour.
4 games for beating a woman, but 12 games for smoking weed.
Let's not do that right now. In the sense of how much revenue players create for their teams, especially superstars, I'm of the opinion that they're vastly underpaid. That's unfortunately not really how economics works.
Right.
Right. Bell, you have to look at it in terms of how much value can I get with the set amount of resources, and the set amount of resources is the NFL salary cap, right? Bell is definitely significantly higher than a replacement running back, but maybe not as high as he thinks he is, and certainly not when he's sitting on the bench.
With an injury or suspension.
Yeah. You cannot overvalue guys in the salary cap world.
Right.
You can't do it. It will torpedo your franchise.
Or it'll, cause you to stall significantly. We saw that with the Cavs last year.
Yeah.
They overvalued players like J.R. Smith and Tristan
They
Thompson.
overvalued their entire roster.
Yeah.
You can't
It's
do
absurd.
it. Yeah. And football is more of a team game than basketball, right?
Very much so.
So you could argue that it hurts even more to overvalue an injury-prone running back when you need to pay 22 other guys.
I think what the NFL Players Association needs to do is they need to go to the owners and demand a new salary cap. The owners are in control, right? The salary cap.
Yeah.
And the league is. I'm not even 100% sure.
NFL players are criminally underpaid if you look at NBA players' share of revenue
compared to
percentages.
Percentage-wise. There was this statistic floating around, I think it was just last week, after...
Sammy Watkins made a big deal out of it.
After James Harden signed that massive contract,
yeah.
We were talking about it. Something like NBA players get just an infinitely higher percentage. The salary cap is higher for NBA players, I believe, right?
And the annual revenue is only like a third for the leagues.
Right. Like the NFL makes way more money.
Way more money.
This isn't like an opinion thing. It just makes so much more money.
They are criminally underpaid.
The league has the money to pay the players more.
Right.
It does. Yeah. That's a fact.
And so you have to be thinking where that money is going and how the players haven't
negotiated for,
One thing the NBA does have that the NFL doesn't is big-time leadership, right? Who's the NFLPA president? Do we know? That probably speaks more to it. NBA Players Association, you're going to the negotiating table with Chris Paul and LeBron James right next to you. And that has some pull.
Yeah.
Right?
When your league's top stars are sitting there saying, we need more money, the owners who are, profiting off these people aren't really going to be like, no, you can't have any, What? That'd be idiotic. LeBron James walks into a room, you listen to him. Imagine if Tom Brady walked into a room.
The players need to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to actually do something about it.